What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Layered Game episode 192, the Tuesday, New Year's Eve edition. Uh, I am your co-host Marcus.
I'm the GOAT. The GOAT. I'm the greatest of all time. Really? Yeah, undisputed. Undisputed.
Next up, we got Herman. Say what up, Herman.
Hey.
You are a hater.
Next up, we got Brian. Say what up, Brian. Say what up,
Thanks
Brian.
for joining us.
I'm the one selling the records.
Thanks for joining us.
They coming to see me.
They coming to see the Temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You.
We can tell Brian's back at home with his regular internet service.
Yeah. He's delayed again.
Before we get started, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook and our Facebook group, The Layered Game, on X at The Layered Game 3, on Instagram at The Official Layered Game, and on TikTok at The Layered Game 91. You can also catch us on the Aboriginal Sports Network. We broadcast over there at the same time we broadcast over here. So when you're done here, go on over and check those guys out. They do a little bit of everything: football, basketball, baseball, MMA. They do it all over there. That's the Aboriginal Sports Network. And I believe, I don't know who's hosting. Who's hosting?
Well, Brian hosted last week, so I'm hosting this week.
Okay, so I guess Herman is hosting this week. Go ahead and start us off, Herman.
All right, thanks everybody for joining us. We're going to hit you with our NFL news. We're going to get into some discussions with our hot topics. We're going to review last week's games. We're going to pick this week's games and we'll hit you with our final thoughts. This is our last show of the year of 2025, so sit back and enjoy. I will throw it back to Marcus for the first news story of the day, of the week.
Thank you. The Dallas Cowboys announced Tuesday that they are releasing cornerback Trayvon Diggs. The veteran defensive back is subject to waivers. If he passes the waivers, he will be free to sign with any team. Any club that claims Diggs becomes responsible for the $472,000 he is due in base salary for Week 18 and the $58,823 if he is active this week, per ESPN. Diggs signed a 5-year, $97 million extension with Dallas prior to the 2022 season, in which he tore his ACL. While he is technically signed through 2028, there is no more guaranteed money remaining on his deal after this year. Diggs played the first 6 games of the season before an accident in his home landed him in concussion protocol. Dallas placed him on injury reserve after re-aggravating a knee injury, but he returned to the lineup in Week 16. In 8 games played this season, Diggs recorded 25 tackles with 0 pass defense and 0 interception. Not a good day for the Diggs brothers.
No, it's not. And I'll go ahead and start.
Not a good day at all.
Speaking of Diggs, New England Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs is facing a felony charge of strangulation and a misdemeanor charge of assault from an alleged incident on December the 2nd. A motion hearing took place Tuesday morning at the Denham, Massachusetts District Court. Diggs' arraignment is scheduled for January 23rd, which is the Friday before the AFC Championship game. He won't have to worry about it because they won't be in there anyway. According to police report, a woman went to police December 16th and shared that she was working as a private chef on the date of the incident in question when Diggs entered her unlocked bedroom and allegedly smacked her across the face after they had discussed money owed to her. According to police, she said she attempted to push Diggs away when he allegedly tried to choke her with his elbow around her neck and later threw her onto the bed and said lies when she said she had not been paid. Can somebody get muted or something? After the alleged assault, she left her position and residence to stay with a friend. When the woman returned December 9th to retrieve her property, Diggs referred her to his assistant. He told the woman she had to sign a non-disclosure agreement before she could be paid. She did not sign it per the report. The woman informed police December 16th that she didn't want to file charges before deciding to do so December 22nd, according to the authorities. So, like you guys said, not a good day for the Diggs family.
I didn't even know. You got a lot more than I saw on this story. I didn't see all that.
Yeah, I pulled it up just now because I was like, I wanted to switch out my story. So yeah.
Okay, I'm reading. Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm reading a totally different story than what,
Okay.
than what I had there. But
I'm reading, and then I see my New England Patriots. I'm like, huh?
that's that last minute switch up. All right, Brian, what's your news story today?
My news story is a whole lot lighter than both of y'all's. The New York Jets have played 16 games this year, and their defense has 0 interceptions on the season. No defense in NFL history has gone a whole season without a pick. The Jets have 1 game left to set history. So good luck, Jets. We got faith in you, buddy.
Is that a?
I mean, we don't condone violence on this show, but if my yeah, I'm just saying.
She probably was pregnant at the time. So
Oh yeah, she might have.
have.
Yeah, that's true. She had the baby though. So
No, but this ain't recent, right? This was in
December,
December earlier this month.
okay. Well, she's still recovering. Can't
Yeah,
fight.
yeah, but we don't condone violence or anything like that. But yeah, there's better ways to handle that.
Is it bad if you're a defense-centered head coach and your team doesn't have any interceptions all year?
That's terrible. It's
Yes,
completely
yes, yes.
terrible.
I mean, you fall into interceptions.
Bruh,
I mean, it's crazy.
Like not one batted pass.
I mean, no
nothing?
tip balls, no nothing.
tell me this though. What like with Washington, right? Okay, we felt like Washington was cursed because of Dan Snyder in the name, right? So you change your name, you got a new owner, and your season looked great, last year. This year you had injuries, whatever. What the heck is going on with the Jets? What's the curse with the Jets?
I don't know.
I think what's that guy's name?
Joe Namath?
Joe
Joe
Namath?
Namath. Yeah, I think he might have cursed him.
It's terrible, man. Like, what is going on?
Mhm.
It's
That's
crazy. It is. It is. All right. So
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
I try to get into the hot topic before you.
I
plays
know,
that, but,
I
you
know, I know.
All right, let's do a little bit of Monday morning quarterbacking. Did the Bills coach make the right decision going for 2 at the end of the game instead of kicking the extra point and playing for overtime? Marcus, you look like you want to answer this one bad, so I'll start with you.
Well, I don't know. I should have done some more research. I don't. Can you tell me? Could they have improved their playoff position?
Yes,
With a
they
win.
still had a chance to actually win the division.
Yeah, they did have a chance.
Oh,
to do
okay. Then that's what changed my opinion. Then no, he didn't. No, he did not make the right decision for going for it. Even though, and probably if Josh Allen throws that pass 99 out of 100 times, it'll get caught because the guy was clearly open. It was just a bad pass, I guess, because the play clearly worked. It just is a bad pass. I'm gonna say this for 2 reasons. Number one, even though your offense hadn't been doing that much the whole game, Jalen Hurts had 0 passing yards in the second half. Okay? 0. Their offense wasn't doing anything either. If my defense had kept a team from getting 0 passing yards for an entire half of football, an entire half, I think I would trust that my defense could help us win this game in overtime. And you have what is arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks playing the game right now. Even though he hadn't looked like that the entire game, and he did some stupid things. He had a terrible fumble that was entirely his fault.
Overrated.
It was entirely his fault. I got to go Herm Edwards here. You play to win the game.
But that's what they were doing, though.
Right. Totally
They weren't
confused.
playing to tie the game. They were playing to win the game. So.
You had me until you went there.
Yeah.
But that means you kick the extra point, you tie the game, and you go over overtime. Your
Do
defense.
the other one. They are who we thought they were.
Yeah, that's the one you need. Playoffs.
I don't know. I can understand why he went for the 2. But considering all that was at stake, that you could have won the division, you could have had a home game. It's why not just Eagles offense hadn't done a damn thing all second half. 0 passing yards. Like where did they do that? You don't think your defense could have helped win you that game? And you already had one of the greatest quarterbacks playing right now. Just go ahead and kick the extra point, take it to overtime, and then I don't know what a tie would have done, but I don't know. I would have went for it, and it's not like those games where like there's no defense at all. Like it's like one of the opposite games. Like there's no defense at all. Every team is scoring every time they get the ball. It was completely. Then I can understand doing that. This is the complete opposite game. The complete opposite of that. So why not play it safe? Kick the extra point and take it to overtime and have faith in your defense and in your quarterback. So I'm going to say it was wrong, but hey, I mean, it is what it is.
All right. So at first, that was my first thought too. When they were going for 2, watching the game, but then I started thinking about what I had been watching the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen was playing like some crap. Okay,
he was
point blank. Period.
He was.
The Eagles not doing anything on offense was more about bad quarterback play than it was about the Bills' defense being great or anything like that.
It was still the same quarterback in overtime.
Still the same quarterback in overtime. But you just don't know how the momentum can shift. Buffalo had the momentum. They finally had a drive. They had the Eagles defense kind of on their heels. Allen was banged up. His foot was hurting and he was playing like crap. The weather was bad. And they finally had something going for themselves. So I think that he made the right call, in all honesty, going for 2 and not going into overtime, because I feel like Eagles had won the toss. They would have went straight to their run game, and Saquon was kind of chunking it off a little bit during that game. He was hurting them a little bit in the run game. The passing game wasn't doing much of anything, and I feel like their defense would have probably given up that touchdown. And as inconsistent as Josh Allen had been throughout that whole game, I just think that he looked at it. He was like, "My QB is hot. My offense is hot. They're moving the ball. I'm gonna go ahead and go for 2. We don't lose as much as their chances of winning the division probably were still slim anyway, because New England's playing Miami next week. So I get where he was coming from.
And aren't they playing the Jets?
Yeah, and they are playing the Jets, but I get coming from that one, but I get it. It's just now, man, and I don't have a problem with this, with the aggression of the coaches now, when it makes sense. When it's stupid, that's another thing. So I think that going for 2 was the right call, just because when you encompass everything that happened within the game, it was probably the best time the best opportunity they had to probably get in the end zone again, because their offense was very inconsistent. Brian?
Yeah, Herman, you stole a little bit of my thunder. I agree that it was the right call. The biggest thing was Josh Allen was hurt. Josh Allen had a foot problem. He had to get it x-rayed after the game. And that was your best chance. You were down there. You had if your field goal kicker could have kicked the field goal, you had already been tied. So I said I agree with Herman. That game was long. The offenses weren't doing anything. Marcus, you bring up a good point. The Eagles scored their 13 points in the first half, and that was it. They did nothing the rest of that game. But you don't want to play another overtime. You don't want Josh to be out there any longer. You don't want more injuries to possibly happen. And like Herman said, you had so much momentum in that drive. You got down there. You got that score. You should have been, tied at that point. But he had already made up in his mind before they scored. We're going for 2 right after this. Yeah. We're going to try to end this game right here, right now. And the best point you brought up, Marcus, is they had the perfect play. The play was beautiful. Mm-hmm. Dude was by himself. All he had to do was float it to him. He could have did whatever he wanted. He could have did a backhand flip. He could have, did like some spinning on the ground. He could have did whatever he wanted to catch that ball before it got to him. But it was a bad pass. The defense did get a little more pressure on Josh. He was kind of backing up when he threw the ball. So you kind of got to live and die with that. But overall, it was the right decision. And, I mean, it really didn't hurt them. They're going to be where they are pretty much anyway. So,
yeah.
So I will say this, even though I took the opposite point. If in that exact same situation, if my coach was in the hot seat, that decision wouldn't have cost him a job. Wouldn't have cost him his job.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, nah.
Yeah.
All
And you
right.
know, too, the other thing too, you were saying how bad Josh Allen was playing, but who's he throwing to? And his offensive line was garbage.
I don't want to hear that because earlier
His
in the
offensive
year,
line was terrible.
earlier
Even though
in the
the same
year,
people he's been throwing to all year.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but Philly has a nice front.
No, I don't care. Because all they talked about was how they praised Josh on how he was spreading the ball around and he didn't need a number one anymore. So we're not giving him that one.
Okay.
No, sir. All right. Let's move into the next topic. Myles Garrett accused the Steelers of playing more to not let him get the sack record than trying to win the game. And some in the media think the Steelers' offensive stats and Aaron Rodgers' play style backs up that claim. What do you think? What do you think, Brian?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He is a force to be reckoned with. Everybody that plays him has to play that style differently to try to make sure he doesn't wreck the game. But I guarantee you they were not concerned with him getting a record of the sacks on Aaron Rodgers. They were trying to win that game. They were trying to win that division. They did not want to have to play this game they got to play now, Sunday night?
Yeah.
Against the Ravens, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They did not want to play that game. They wanted to already have this thing wrapped up. But you have to account for him. He is a force to be reckoned with. So I don't know about this. Aaron's going to throw the ball. Aaron ain't trying to get hit. Okay, Aaron's old. Aaron's trying to get that ball out, regardless of who he's playing. But Myles Garrett can wreck a game like he knows he can. So you got to pay attention to that. You got to make your game plan accordingly so that he is not the reason why you lose the game. So I don't think that he had anything to do with it. I think it was just the game plan they had in place. The Browns have had a good defense all year long. Lots of teams have struggled. Green Bay struggled against the Browns, So I don't think it had anything to do with it.
Marcus?
So I 100% agree with you, Brian, that the Steelers were not playing that way. But it wouldn't surprise me that Aaron Rodgers was playing that way. It wouldn't surprise me at all. It's widely known Aaron Rodgers is an a-hole. And it wouldn't surprise me that his ego was like, "Oh, you're not getting that record on me." Especially since the last time the sack record was broken was against his predecessor in Green Bay, Brett Favre. So it wouldn't surprise me at all that Aaron Rodgers, in his own mind, was thinking that. But definitely not the Steelers as a whole, because like you said, why would you want to come down and have to play this game against the Ravens this Sunday when you could have just already have locked it up and maybe rested some of your players? I just think that the Steelers, especially without DK Metcalf, is not good. I mean, if anybody should catch flack for this loss, it's DK Metcalf. It's Rodgers' number one receiver on the team. Matter of fact, I mean, if you go, I don't have the stats in front of me, but if you go through the stats of all their leading receivers for the Steelers this year, only one of them is a wide receiver, and that's DK Metcalf. Everybody else is a running back or tight end or something else. He's the only wide receiver that basically Aaron Rodgers is throwing to. So I would say them losing that game and the way it turned out and the way Aaron Rodgers played is more of the fact that DK Metcalf wasn't there. But like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if that wasn't on Aaron Rodgers' mind. It's like, oh, you're not getting that record on me. But I agree with you, Ryan. It wasn't on the Steelers' mind, but it possibly could have been on Aaron Rodgers' mind.
All right. Well, you both are wrong. I disagree. So you both are wrong. I'm not gonna say I watched the whole game, but when I was turning it on and when I would see it come up and when I was watching it and what I was catching, there was a little bit of overemphasis on Myles Garrett, on making sure Myles Garrett didn't get him. And you do game plan to stop him, but I think as a result of some of the overemphasis of stopping him, it resulted in the Steelers losing the game. Plus, they didn't have DK Metcalf. And like you said, Marcus, I'm sure it was in Aaron Rodgers' mind. And if you think it was in Aaron Rodgers' mind, and you don't think that it was in the Steelers' mind, you're crazy, because you know that all week long during prep, Aaron Rodgers was in the offensive coordinator's ear talking about, no, we're not running this because Myles Garrett's probably going to sack me on it. So technically, he had influence to make it happen. And as a result, they lost the game. And now they got to play the Ravens Sunday night, which we're going to get into that pick later on. But I can tell you, I know who I'm not picking.
I just find it hard to believe that the Steelers as a whole had that attitude.
Right. So you saying Mike Tomlin went in there and said, we're not going to let him get the record on us. You think Mike Tomlin cared about that?
Mike Tomlin, he's not in the offense.
He is in the
like
offense
that.
And the defense.
And not since Aaron Rodgers has gotten there.
Yeah, he's still listening. He's still paying attention.
So I'm telling you, if Aaron Rodgers said, I don't want to get sacked, Mike Tomlin said, okay, Aaron, we'll make sure it don't happen.
My goodness.
Yeah, I said it.
Where's Mark? Mark definitely needs to be on this one.
Hey,
well, I will say this: in the earlier game this season where the Browns played the Steelers, Myles Garrett didn't have any sacks in that game as well.
Yeah, because Aaron Rodgers didn't want to get sacked by him.
He wasn't even near.
Is he the only quarterback that Aaron Rodgers hasn't sacked?
Time out. No.
There's been 4 games this season where Myles Garrett has not had any sacks.
No, but has Myles Garrett ever sacked Aaron Rodgers?
I'm sure he has.
I'm sure he has.
Because there was. I think
in the first game, he wasn't on the record. He wasn't close to the record.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
So why would that be in their mind? Oh no, just don't.
No, it would be in Aaron Rodgers' mind because
Aaron Rodgers don't get sacked by nobody. Why would Myles Garrett be any different?
Because of his ego.
What quarterback wants to get sacked by somebody? Oh please.
I mean, Brett Favre gave.
Brett Favre gave Mike Strahan the sack
to him, and we all know that.
He gave it to him. So I don't think Brett Favre didn't mind.
Right.
Ain't nobody trying to get sacked on purpose.
I believe what like I said, I watched some of the plays. I was like, man, what was that? Like Aaron Rodgers was like, Garrett was closing in. Aaron Rodgers, he just threw the joint.
You act like you need to go watch some more games. They've been playing like that all season long.
Nah, not quite.
Yes, they
not
have.
Quite like that.
And it probably was exacerbated because they didn't have DK, because he would throw it up to DK. So, but no, ain't no way.
I believe it. I believe the game plan was to not let him, because they figured they could just beat them. They figured if Myles Garrett don't wreck our game, we can beat them. Right. So y'all are wrong.
Is right. Marcus, high five, Marcus. High five.
You're wrong.
High five.
All right. So those are our 2 hot topics of the week. Let's go ahead and roll into the games we picked last week. First game up was the first Saturday game. We had the Dallas Cowboys traveling into Washington to take on.
It was the first Christmas game, sir. Not the Saturday game. Christmas game.
It was a Christmas game.
This was a Christmas game?
Yes. Cowboys came in. Christmas game.
I'm losing time here. So sorry. The first game of the week was the Christmas game on December 25th. We had the Dallas Cowboys going into Washington to take on the Commanders. Cowboys won this one 30-23. Dak Prescott was 19 for 37, 307 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. On the flip side, Josh Johnson was 15 for 23, 198 yards passing. Leading rusher for the Cowboys was Malik Davis, 20 carries on 103 yards. And the dude with all those names, 11 carries for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. Leading receiver for the Cowboys was Kevontae Turpin, 1 reception for 86 yards and 1 touchdown. Leading receiver for Washington was Deebo Samuels, 2 receptions for 68 yards.
1 reception that was embarrassing for the Cowboys.
Cowboys had total yards of 480. Washington had 320. Dallas won the time of possession 38 minutes, 44 seconds to 21 minutes, 16 seconds. Dallas was 2 for 2 in the red zone, and Washington was 1 for 3 in the red zone. Say his name. I don't know how to say it. Joey Croskett, Merritt, Joseph, Jacob, whatever. Mr. Name. Look, we'll call him Alphabet. All right, because that's what, and more we call him Alphabet. That's what you call him. All right. I'll go first on this one. I picked the Cowboys, pretty much a no-brainer. Washington was on their third-string quarterback. There was no way Dallas's defense was going to, well, I shouldn't say that. There was no way Dallas's offense was going to let them lose this game because the defense was sure enough going to try to make him, Josh Johnson, look like a Hall of Famer. Nothing to really talk about. I picked the Cowboys. I got this one right. Marcus, who'd you have in this one?
Yeah, I also picked the Cowboys. It's always it's a good if you're the team of the Cowboys with the worst defense in the league, the best team to play is the team with the next worst defense in the league, and you can win. So that's what happened.
Got a point. Brian, who'd you have?
Yeah, I was with you guys. I had the Cowboys, and the one statistic that did stand out in this game is the Cowboys were 6 for 6 on fourth down. Both teams were terrible on penalties. The Cowboys had 11 penalties for 89 yards. The Commanders had 10 penalties for 71 yards. Commanders did get 6 sacks on Dak, and neither team turned the ball over. But it was that 6 for 6 on fourth down.
Yeah, that would definitely do it.
Yeah,
That
I mean
would
that's
definitely do it.
that's a team that's not going to the playoffs, so they just every time it was fourth down and hey, let's go. I ain't had no problem with it. So kept them on the field. All right, let's move on to this next game. We'll call this one the Smoke and Mirrors game. We had the Detroit Lions.
You are a hater.
Traveling into Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Vikings. And what do you know? The Minnesota Vikings won this game 23-10. Must have been a lot of smoke and mirrors going on in this game. The leading passer for the Vikings. Y'all ready for this stat? How does your team win a game when you're 9 of 16 for 51 yards passing? That's crazy. On the flip side,
Is this the Eagles? Was that Jalen Hurts? No,
That's what I'm about to say. You asked a question like we ain't seen it all year. Actually,
that's a little low. That's a little low even for Jalen Hurts. Okay, I'm gonna give Jalen a little bit more credit than that one. Okay. On the flip side, Jared Goff was 18 for 25, 197 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. The leading receiver. This is even worse. The leading receiver for the Vikings was Addison. He had one. I'm sorry. The leading rusher for the Vikings, was Addison. He had 1 carry for 65 yards and 1 touchdown. On the flip side, Gibbs was 17 carries for 41 yards. Leading receiver for the Vikings was Justin Jefferson, 4 receptions for 30 yards. And for the Lions, it was Amon St. Brown, 8 receptions for 68 yards. Yes, Jared Goff was definitely to blame for that game. Total yards was 161 yards by the Vikings to 231 yards by Detroit. Detroit turned the ball over 6 times. You will never win a game doing that. So you could throw every other stat out the window. It don't even matter. 6 turnovers. The Vikings were 2 for 2 on fourth down. I'm sorry, the Detroit was 2 for 2 on fourth downs, and Detroit won the time of possession 32-30 to 27-30. Marcus, how about you talk about this one first, since you love the Lions?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. I picked the Lions. And this is the second string or the third string quarterback?
This is the third string quarterback
from Minnesota. Okay,
I believe, or I don't even know how many string at this point.
Yeah, there was no excuse. 6 turnovers, like you said. I don't know. At this late stage in the season, and they still had playoff hopes before this game, right? They hadn't been officially eliminated. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can't do that. You can't go into a team that's not going to make the playoffs. You got a chance to make the playoffs, and against their backup quarterback, I don't know. Yeah, there's no excuse for this. They should feel terrible. They got to get it together. This is just bad. So yeah, I picked the Lions and I was wrong.
Brian, who'd you have in this one?
Yeah, I was with Marcus. I picked the Lions, and this one was ugly, man. When you were starting your third string quarterback, where was the Lions defense? I mean, come on. But actually, I need to take that.
They haven't had one all year, to be honest.
Yeah, well, but the offense really kept giving them beautiful field position, if not letting them score outright. So you got to give this game to the defensive coordinator for the Vikings. Herman talking about smoke and mirrors. That dude's defense has seriously got teams not knowing where they're going. I mean, I remember watching against the Cowboys, and it was bad. Apparently, this was worse because we did kind of move the ball a little bit, but you never know what he's going to do. So you got to give him credit on that one.
Yeah, so I just want to say thank you to Detroit for proving my point going into this game. I mean, it couldn't have gotten proven any better.
No. Who did you pick, sir?
It doesn't matter who I picked.
Who did you pick, sir?
I picked Detroit. I picked Detroit.
What kind of point are you
got this
proving,
wrong.
sir, when you picked this
But
team?
the point that I made in last week's show was Detroit was not as good as advertised. Nowhere even close. That they were a bunch of smoke and mirrors. And I called up Brian Flores and I said, "Hey, why don't you expose Detroit for me this week?" And he did what I asked him to do. Okay. Man, Jared Goff, did he account for all 6 of the turnovers?
Yes.
Can you imagine? And could you imagine if Dak had did this?
No, actually, he didn't. He
accounted for 4.
Jahmyr Gibbs accounted for one of them.
Okay, so he accounted for 5 then.
Yeah.
This dude in a playoff, basically a playoff game for your team to make the playoffs, he turned the ball over 5 times. Has he been crucified all over the sports media this week? Nope.
No.
Not at all.
Nobody cares about Detroit.
Exactly. It's the craziest thing ever, man. Ever.
But this somebody else has turned the ball over 5 times too. Recently.
I don't know, but whew, that was.
I mean, I'm sure it's happened this year.
Yeah. But I just want to say thank you again, Minnesota, for proving my point last week. I did pick the Vikings and got this
They didn't
wrong.
prove your point, sir.
But they definitely proved my point.
You picked the Lions.
They proved my point.
If your point was proven, why did you not pick the Vikings?
Yeah, you should have picked the Vikings.
Because I didn't think the Vikings would win. I knew that Detroit wasn't good. So the Vikings proved that Detroit wasn't good, like I asked them to. All right, let's move into the final Christmas game. We had the Denver Broncos going into Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. This was Travis Kelce's final home game, it looks like.
Do we know that for sure?
Yeah,
No.
I think he actually came out and said it. If I'm
I
not
don't
mistaken.
think he did.
I don't think
After the game, I think he did, yeah.
No, he didn't after the game. He definitely didn't after the game.
Like a couple days after the game, not right after the game.
Yeah,
I think he came out and said. I think he said it anyway. It's probably the last game.
I think
This
you're right. You're right. He did announce his retirement.
okay, that's what I thought. He did come out like a couple days after the game, and he said it because Aaron. So the Broncos won this one, no surprise, 20-13. Kansas City was on their third string quarterback, whatever it is. Bo Callahan was 26 for 38, 182 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. On the flip side, Kansas City's backup quarterback, I don't know how you say that name, 13 for 22, 66 yards passing. Leading rusher for the Broncos was Harvey, 14 carries for 43 yards. And Kareem Hunt was the leading rusher for the Chiefs, 7 carries for 38 yards. Leading receiver for the Broncos was Sutton, 4 receptions for 40 yards. Excuse me. And the leading receiver for the Chiefs was Travis Kelce, 5 receptions for 36 yards. Total yards, Broncos had 303. Kansas City had 139. The Broncos were 2 for 4 in the red zone, while Kansas City was 1 for 1 in the red zone. And Broncos had time of possession 39 minutes, 28 seconds to 20 minutes, 32 seconds. I'll go first in this one. I did pick the Broncos. It was pretty much a no-brainer. The Chiefs without Patrick Mahomes is not the same team. Even though this game was close, it's, divisional game. It's always going to be close. Sometimes you can just throw those records out the window. How much? I don't know how much I trust Denver moving into the playoffs. It's going to be an interesting playoff this year. But I did pick Denver, and I got this one right. Brian, who'd you have?
Yeah, I picked Denver and I picked this one right, but I mean, I was not impressed at all at Denver at all. They let Kansas City hang around this thing way too long with a third string quarterback. What was second string? No, third string. Yeah, they
Third
lost.
string.
They lost his Minshew.
Minshew. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Kansas City had a chance to actually win this game. So I lost a lot of confidence in Denver on the way that they had to come back to win this game, because at one point Kansas City was leading, and you shouldn't let a depleted team like that hang around like you did. So I picked the Broncos, but I'm not proud of that pick.
And Marcus.
They also picked the Broncos, but Kansas City, like I said, it was close. They actually went into halftime. Kansas City was winning this game. But I also got to go with Herman said. This is a division game, and even though it's a depleted Kansas City Chiefs, I don't know. I feel like you just throw this game away. This is a division game. It's good. You're dealing with somebody that plays you twice a year, and the defensive coordinator's been there for a while. He knows Denver. He knows what Sean Payton is going to do. So, I mean, whether we're impressed or not, I think Denver's still the number one seed, right? And they can't be taken away at this point. They're locked in, right?
No, I don't think so.
I think
the Patriots.
New England has a chance to. Yeah.
Well, as we speak, they're the number one seed. So
yeah,
until they get knocked out, I don't see why any reason to doubt them. So yeah, but I picked the Broncos.
Bo Callahan's play has got me down, and that's where I am with it. But we're gonna see. I think it's wide open. It's wide open. All right, let's move into the next one. This was a pretty good game. You had the Houston Texans going into Los Angeles to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. The Texans won this one 20-16. CJ Stroud, 16 for 28, 244 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. On the flip side, Justin Herbert, 21 for 32, 236 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Leading rusher for the Texans was Marks, 19 carries for 71 yards, and the leading rusher for the Chargers was Herbert, 6 carries for 37 yards. Leading receiver was Higgins, 2 receptions, 88 yards, and 1 touchdown, and the leading receiver for the Chargers was Johnston, 5 receptions for 98 yards. Houston had 2 turnovers. Chargers had 1. Houston won the total yards, 362 to 275, and time of possession was pretty close, 30-21 to 29-39. Houston was 0 for 0 in the red zone, so they never got in the red zone when they scored. And the Chargers were 2 for 5. Brian, who'd you have in this one?
Man, I had the Texans in this one. I think I was the only one.
Oh,
no. I thought I was going to be the only one, but we all ended up going with the Texans. Yeah. And the reason why they didn't have to get in the red zone, Herman, is because they threw a 75-yard bomb and a 73-yard bomb in the first 2 drives. And that defense, like Darren was saying, that defense got unleashed after that, man. They got 5 sacks on a pick for the Texans. So that was the reason why they won that game. Not to mention they hurt Herbert, I think, in like the first or second quarter. Mm-hmm. He was going off the field with his arm hanging. So he's not playing this week because he's beat up.
Well, yeah, because they're trying to get him rested for the playoffs.
For the playoffs. Yeah, now I don't think their seating is set.
Their seating is set. They can't improve or get any better. Yeah, Marcus, who'd you have in this one?
I also picked the Texans because of their defense, and pretty much ended how like I thought it was going to end. But even though this game was seemed pretty close, Houston's offense pretty much stalled after those first 2 touchdowns. But their defense was enough, and actually, I think their defense is enough to get them at least to the divisional round.
Yeah, this was a good one. I picked Houston too, man, and like you said, it's their defense. Their defense is crazy, and they're playing complementary football, with the offense too. The offense is supporting, doing just enough, but that defense, man, I would not want to have to play the Texans right now. They have turned into that team. We see it every year. We see that team coming into the playoffs where you're like, man, they done got hot. Nobody wants to play them. Well, on the AFC side, it's the Texans. Because I wouldn't want to see that team right now. I'm gonna tell you now. They can go where because they're a wild card. I feel like they can go wherever and win whoever they're playing against. Because it's either going to be the Broncos or the Patriots, and Broncos are the number one seed right now. They have 72% chances of remaining the number one seed. So you're looking at the Broncos or the Patriots as the number one or the number two, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after that, your division winners are Jacksonville, and I'm going to say probably Baltimore. And I feel like Tennessee. I mean, I feel like Houston's not going to be the 7th seed, so we know that. So I think Houston can beat either 3 or 4 seed, depending on where they line up in the playoffs. I feel like they'll be into the divisional round with that defense. So it's going to be interesting. But yep, I picked the Texans and I got this one right. All right, moving on to the next game. This game was Sunday. What was this? This was a Saturday.
Saturday night.
This was a Saturday night game. We had the Ravens traveling into Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers. The Ravens, who we thought were pretty much done, are now going to be playing after getting this win against the Packers. Are now going to be playing for the division, the AFC North division, and a chance to get into the playoffs. They won this one 41-24. Tyler Huntley was 16 of 20, 107 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Malik Willis was 18 for 21, 288 yards and 1 touchdown. Leading rusher for the Ravens, 36 carries, 216 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. Mark Henry. Derrick Henry. Leading rusher for the Packers was Malik Willis, 9 carries, 60 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Leading receiver for the Ravens was Zay Flowers, 4 receptions for 30 yards, and the leading receiver for the for the Packers was Christian Watson, 5 receptions, 113 yards, 1 touchdown. Total yards, Baltimore had 414, Green Bay had 363. Time of possession, Baltimore had the ball 40 minutes, 16 seconds to 19 minutes, 44 seconds. And Baltimore was 4 for 6 in the red zone. I'll go first in this one.
Herman, read that again. They had the ball. The football is only 60 minutes.
Yeah, they had it twice as much as Green Bay. More than twice as much.
How can you win when you only have the ball for 20 minutes?
You can't. You just cannot. I'll go first. I picked the Packers in this one. Yeah, we all picked the Packers. We all picked wrong in this one. This is what I don't get about the Ravens. Why can't you do this when Lamar is in the lineup? Why is this so hard? It should be easier to run the ball when Lamar is in the lineup.
So why are you blaming the thing? What? Maybe it's a Lamar thing.
Is it Lamar or is it the offensive coordinator? I want to understand it, because you ran Derrick Henry 36 times. You probably don't have to run that many times with Lamar in it, but
that's a lot of times.
Yeah. Why do you refuse to do this when you have Lamar at your disposal too? Their offensive coordinator should be fired. Hands down, he should be fired, because when you show this with what do teams do when the backup quarterback is in? They load the box and say, you're going to beat us passing. And you ran the ball 36 times and carried for 216 yards with a loaded box, most likely. Make it make sense. You can't do this or half of this with your best quarterback on the field. It makes no sense to me. I had to focus on the Ravens because the Packers right now, just keep doing what y'all doing. Keep losing. Get that first round exit. They were my team going into the season as a Super Bowl winner, I think, or at least in the Super Bowl. But now that we get their first round draft pick, keep on losing. Brian, who'd you pick in this one?
Yeah, I was with you, Herman. I picked the Packers, and I mean, those statistics you brought up are crazy, and I was like, the Ravens were 10 out of 14 on third down, and they rushed for a total of 307 yards on 53 plays. 307 yards rushing. I mean, that's just the most demoralizing thing that you can do to a defense. Okay, you can pass for 300 yards, but you don't run for 300 yards on a defense. I mean, that vaunted Packers defense that was supposed to be so good, but
they got 30 first downs, Brian. 30. That's crazy.
Oh
Man.
my goodness.
Marcus, who you have in this one?
Yeah, I picked the Packers, but the Packers are highly inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get week to week. But the problem is, so are the Ravens. Ravens are highly inconsistent.
Yeah.
The offensive
coordinator
Todd Monken is. I mean,
he has to be fired.
Here's the thing. When he calls the right game, he's a very good coordinator. I mean, he was with Georgia when they were winning national championships, college football championships. And when he's called the right plays with Baltimore, they seem like an unbeatable team. Like he's been there the last 2 seasons, and look how well they've done. I just don't. I just don't understand. But here's my point. Why wouldn't Harbaugh call up there like, "Hey, run the ball"? I have a hard time putting it all on the OC. I mean, do you have to go? I never coached a football game in my life, but do you have to go with your game plan you put out on paper? You can't improvise.
Oh, you definitely can change up.
You can change it, but you can't go crazy off the rails because you practice this stuff all week.
But
sometimes you have to when you're down like 21 and
Well, yeah, then you throw out the run game and then you just go all your pass plays. But these are the same pass stuff that you practiced.
But I just don't. I mean, I just don't understand why this isn't happening every game.
And that's why he has to be fired.
The game before they got in trouble about that too because they didn't have Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he did pretty much the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He was out of the game.
Is it a matter of I have all these toys and I have to play with every toy, or and it's like now that he doesn't have the Lamar toy, then it's like okay, now I'm just going to play with the Derrick Henry toy and run the football. It doesn't make any sense. You should not be able to be that successful running the football with your dynamic quarterback out of the game. And then when he's in the game, you can't do this. You can't duplicate it. He has to be fired.
I mean, he'll go. I think Harbaugh's probably going to go, but he'll go when Harbaugh goes.
I don't think Harbaugh's going nowhere. I think that offensive coordinator.
I don't know.
I think his years may be numbered, but I think he'll make it through this season.
I mean, I don't know, but it just seems weird to me that you come in there and you've had games like this before where you dominated like this before, and it seems like every game should be like this.
But it's few and far between.
And all will be forgiven if they beat the Steelers on Sunday.
But
not if they go into the playoffs and don't run the football again.
and one and done. Let's be honest. I mean, we'll talk about this later, but if they make it to the playoffs, nobody's picking the Ravens to beat anybody. Come on.
If they run the football like that, you'd pick them. But you don't.
Everybody was picking them as the preseason, so
yeah.
But yeah, I picked the Packers and I was wrong. And just I don't know, like I said, two very inconsistent teams. Even though Malik Willis showed up, he probably earned himself a job.
He did
earn himself a job somewhere else.
Exactly. That's exactly it. That's why it doesn't make sense. Because Lamar can run too.
But I just feel like there's more going on in Baltimore. Something is going on more than just the offensive coordinator not calling run plays. I feel like there's something else going on in Baltimore.
I think it's off.
I feel like the whole everything is off, coaching wise, Lamar wise, everything.
Yeah, I mean, all these other reports coming out too. But let's move into this Sunday night game. This was a good game too. Another good shootout. Yeah, the Chicago Bears going into San Francisco to take on the 49ers. The 49ers squeaked out the win on this one, 42-38. Brock Purdy was 24 for 33, 303 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Caleb Williams, 25 for 42, 330 yards and 2 touchdowns passing. Leading rusher for the 49ers was, of course, McCaffrey, 23 carries, 140 yards, 1 touchdown. And Swift was the leading rusher for the Bears, 9 carries, 54 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Leading receiver for the 49ers was Parasol, 5 receptions for 85 yards. And the leading receiver for the Bears was Burden III, 8 receptions for 138 yards passing. Total yards, Bears had 440. San Francisco had 496.
Say that again.
496.
Jesus.
Yeah, time of possession, 49ers won this one 33-33 to 26-27. Bears were 1 for 3 in the red zone, while the 49ers were 5 for 5 in the red zone. Marcus, who'd you have in this one?
Yeah, I picked the 49ers. I tried to be right. It was just no defense at all this game. And the Bears started off strong. I mean, to get that pick six, pretty much to start the game on Brock Purdy, you thought the Bears had a legit chance to win this game, but the Bears, it seemed like the Bears couldn't stop the 49ers offense, and the 49ers couldn't stop the Bears offense. It came to one of those games where who held the ball last, and just the 49ers were able to pull it out. And how Christian McCaffrey isn't getting any MVP talk this season is beyond me. Especially the way the 49ers have been playing. And I did just find it weird though that Robert Saleh's defense couldn't stop Chicago, but that just goes to show you that Ben Johnson he knows how to call the offense, and I guess that's what Detroit is missing right now is a Ben Johnson. But I picked the 49ers and I was right.
Brian?
Yeah, fun fact. The 49ers-Bears game is only the second time ever an NFL game has been tied 7-7, 14-14, 21-21, 28-28, and 35-35.
Wow.
But the two quarterbacks in this game are irritating me because I don't like either one of them. And I think they're trying to say that they both suck, and they're proving me wrong severely. Man, Brock Purdy's doing his little dances and stuff. He's scoring touchdowns. It's getting on my nerves. We dogged Caleb, since he came out the draft.
Yeah.
And he was going toe for toe with him, so I might have to keep my mouth shut. Although he did have to throw 40 times, you said?
42
times. So
yeah, well, I had faith in the Bears this week, and I was wrong. I can play my big dummy.
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy. See what you did? Oh, no, you big dummy.
Yeah, Brian, man, I was watching the game, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, would Brock Purdy just stop looking good out there? This is killing me. But I feel like this game came down to, and I noticed this before in Chicago where they had a game, they were driving late. They made a completion, and they had all 3 of their timeouts, and it was about a minute on the clock. Caleb Williams running the 2-minute offense in that hurry-up drill, he's slow. He's just kind of slow at it. And I felt like they should have called the timeout right there, and they didn't. And they didn't run another play till almost 45 seconds was on the clock. And at that point, it was like they killed way too much time. And I think that's what kind of messed up the rhythm of their 2-minute offense right there. And it was a game prior to this where Williams did the same thing. And I was like, you had 3 timeouts. They should have called. They completed the ball, and it was like, let's say it was like 1 minute left. And they had 3 timeouts. They should have called that timeout right there because it was a long play. Who should have
called the timeout?
Chicago, the head coach. Well,
there you go.
The head coach should have called it. That's who I'm blaming it on. Yeah,
Marcus is little boy genius.
Yeah, he should have called a timeout. He definitely should have called a timeout right there. So he has some clock management there because again, Caleb is not. He's not that experienced quarterback right now that can get him down the field, get him lined up, hurry up, either run a play or spike it. He's just slow at that right now. He'll get better probably, but right now he's slow, and the head coach should have seen that, and he should have called a timeout. And I think that's why they lost the game. But other than that, this was a good game. I thought Chicago went toe-to-toe with San Francisco. You got to figure out a way to shut down McCaffrey. If you can shut McCaffrey down, then that's your biggest chance of winning the game against San Francisco. Because honestly, I would as good as Purdy's been looking, I would still make Purdy beat me before I let McCaffrey run up and down that field like that and beat me.
Yeah, and that's the thing is if he's not running the ball, they're passing it to him. So
yeah, so you got to kind of try to eliminate him. Late that too, yeah. That hook and ladder that he ran. Thanks, yeah, because me and Darian was texting each other during the game. That was dumb.
Wow,
that was a dumb play call because you had 14 seconds left. And did they have a timeout? I can't remember if they even had a timeout.
Did they?
They didn't because I think he spiked it after that play or something. But that was just that's not.
They didn't have a timeout.
Yeah, that wasn't the place for that. That was dumb. And yeah, he should have just thrown the ball been chucking it into the end zone at that point. So yeah, that was a great point, Darian. So Ben Johnson, but this is his rookie year as a head coach. He still has some stuff to learn.
Ben Johnson loves his trick plays. So.
Yeah, he does. So. If it had worked, he'd have been a genius, but it didn't work, so you're not a genius. Yeah. That's how it goes. But yeah, I picked the 49ers. I mean, I picked the Bears, and I got this one wrong. All right, moving into the last game, the Monday Nighter, and this was a surprisingly good game. We had the Los Angeles Rams going into Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons won this one, 27-24. Kirk Cousins was 13 of 20, 126 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Matt Stafford, who was in the running for MVP, who shouldn't be anymore, 22 for 38, 269 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I don't know what Matt Stafford was looking at out there on that field that Monday night. Leading rusher for Atlanta was Bijan Robinson, 22 carries, 195 yards, 1 touchdown. On the flip side, Kyron Williams, 13 carries for 92 yards for the Rams. Leading receiver was Sills, 3 receptions for 37 yards for Atlanta, and the leading receiver was for the Rams was Smith, 4 receptions for 46 yards. Total yards, LA had 363 total yards, while Atlanta had 345. LA turned the ball over thanks to Matthew Stafford 3 times. And they were 1 for 3 in the red zone, while Atlanta was 1 for 2 in the red zone, and time of possession was basically even. 30-15 to 29-45. Did anybody know? No. We all got this one wrong, so we'll start with Brian. Brian, why'd you pick the Rams?
Man, the Rams, I don't know how in the hell they lost this. Well, I do know. It was Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
And that total offense. I mean, Atlanta had a good defense, but I didn't think it was this good. I mean, they were like Houston's defense out there. Every time he turned around, they was in his face. And that left tackle, I feel sorry for that dude. Or was it the right tackle? I don't know. They kept calling his name out for the Rams. They kept calling his name out because if he wasn't getting a penalty, he was getting beat by a defensive end. So it was a bad game for the Rams. I'm shocked that they came back. I'm happy for Bijan, that 3-yard run. Oh, my goodness. That dude is a monster. I forgot how many all-purpose yards he's amassed, but he's setting records already. But Atlanta played this game well. Kirk didn't have to do too much. He did just enough. The defense played very well. And the Rams, y'all better get it together, boy, because, whoo, that was ugly.
They're hurting. The Rams are hurting because without Adams.
Yeah.
Him being out.
Hey, man, but Puka, man, that catch on the sideline.
Man, if he had held on to that would have been the catch.
And dude's hand was in the way of the ball.
Yeah.
The thing that kills me about that catch is I feel like it would have been a catch because he came down with it, but during the process of the catch, he lost complete contact with control. It. Yeah. But it was still in his.
But he was out of bounds.
Yeah, but it was still out of bounds. They say it's out of control, but just because I don't know if you're not just because you're not in contact with it, to me it's still in his control.
But the thing is if
that's the whole point of contact.
If he had been inbounds though, that would have been a catch.
Oh, that would have been a catch. Yeah.
It would have stayed as a catch. But because he was out of bounds, you have to possess it. Keep possession all the way to the ground. So that's the difference on that one. But yeah, I picked the Rams in this one too because I figured Atlanta's mailing it in. But Atlanta, man, this is their second Monday night game where they came out and punched somebody in the mouth. The first one was
the Bills.
It was the
With
The
Bills.
Bills.
Yeah, I was man.
Raheem Moore trying to keep his job. That's what
He is, but it makes you like, man, okay, if Atlanta can get back to this, running the football with Robinson like that, and then if Penix can stay healthy, and then that defense is doing that, they could have won the division this year.
They could
The
have.
way,
They definitely
the
could
way
have.
that
They
nobody wants
they
to win the
definitely could have won.
division,
They definitely could have.
they could have won the division this year. You flip 1 or 2 games, and boom,
Quiet
they're
as kept.
actually.
I think Penix is the reason.
You think it is? You think it's
If
him?
they
You
had
think-
Cousins, I think they would have won a couple more of them games.
You might be right.
I think Brown might be right. I think Kirk Cousins would have won a couple more games, and I like
might be
Penix
right,
too. But
Brown.
I think
Yeah, I like
think Kirk
Penix
Cousins-
too, but I think he cost them a couple games.
Yeah, if they would have started Kirk Cousins sooner, they'd probably be in the playoffs.
But yeah, I picked the Rams, and I got this one wrong. Hats off to Atlanta. They balled out. Marcus?
Yeah, I also picked the Rams. You know, they're my Super Bowl pick, but they are making it real hard for me to maintain that pick these last couple of weeks. I mean, them 3 interceptions, they just. I think you're right. I guess Devontae Adams not being there is really hurting them. But this is a bad way to go into the playoffs. You're gonna have to. I mean, you were number 1 seed for a long time. Now you got knocked all the way down. You're below San Francisco and Seattle now. That means you're a wild card. That means probably no home games for you. It's, you know, I picked the Rams and I was wrong.
All right, so those are the games of last week. How'd y'all do this week, fellas?
I went 4-3.
4-3.
3 and 4. I tried to be Mr. Lone Wolf. All right.
Did we pick all our games the same?
I think y'all did, yeah.
We might have.
Yeah, we had to have.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this week's games. We got some good ones. Of course, we're going to pick all the ones that have playoff implications and then threw a couple other ones in there. So let's get rolling. All right, so we got this is, again, I don't want to win the division bowl. We got the 8-8 Panthers.
This is the 2. This is the second. We got 2.
Yes,
I don't want to win the
second.
division.
Right. Oh, yeah, you're right, because we got another one on Sunday night. We got the 8-8 Panthers going into Tampa Bay to take on the 7-9 Bucks. The Bucks are giving up 3.5. The predictor has the Bucks winning this one 61% of the time. Now, there's a caveat to this game. If Atlanta wins their last game against the Saints, which is very well possible, it won't matter what happens in this game. The Panthers automatically win the division.
Really?
Yes. At 8
So
or
is
9,
this game-
they can still win the
Is
division.
this game before that game or after that game?
This game is first.
4.
Yeah.
Oh.
So interesting. All right. So let's get into this one. I'll start this one off first. I'm going with the Panthers. I don't have any faith in the Buccaneers. They've had too many opportunities, and I don't know what they're doing. And I don't know what Bakerfield is doing at this point. He looked terrible on Sunday. Terrible. Give me the Panthers. Marcus, who you got?
Yeah, I'm also picking the Panthers. The Bucks, the perfect example of it doesn't matter how you start the season, it's how you end the season. Because I never would have thought we would have game to this point. I picked the Bucks to win the division, and it has been a totally different second half season for the Bucks, and a totally different second half season for the Panthers.
Yeah.
So right now, I feel like the Panthers are a much harder team. I got more faith in the Panthers. I'm going with the Panthers.
And Brian, who you got?
Yeah, I'm with you guys, man. I got more faith in the Panthers than I do the Bucks right now. And Herman, you hit it right on the head. I don't know what Baker is doing. He's out there, he's running around, he's not making plays, he's just erratic playing right now. And I just have no faith in that team, man. I'd love to see them do it, because I like the head coach, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. All right, moving into the next game. We got the 13-3 Seahawks taking on the 12-4 49ers. This game is for the number 1 seed in the NFC. So this ought to be a good one. The 49ers are 1.5 point favorites in this one. The predictor has the 49ers, but I don't know what the percentage is. Because
51.
51%. Okay, 51%. Brian, I'll let you start this one off. Who you got?
Man, I like the Seahawks, man, but I think the Niners are hot. Like you said, as long as McCaffrey is healthy, I think the Niners are going to take it. Give me the Niners.
Marcus?
Yeah, I'm also taking the 49ers. I don't know. I just don't like the Seahawks. So I'm going with the 49ers.
Hit my music. I'm going with the Seahawks on this one. I don't know. I just have a lot of faith in the Seahawks for some reason.
The defense is very good. The defense
is very good, and their offense when it's hitting right.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if the Bears could do what they did, JSN is going to have a field day against the 49ers.
It's just the quarterback that scares me because he can be great or he can destroy your team.
Yeah, but so can Caleb, and Caleb actually was greatish in that game.
Yeah, but Purdy's going to be steady. Purdy's not going to throw the game away.
He is, but this is a divisional game too. Yeah, I'm going with the Seahawks in that one.
So fun fact, Sam Darnold, if the Seahawks win this game, Sam Darnold will be the only quarterback to ever have back-to-back 14-win seasons with two different teams.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, moving on to the next one. We have the 8-8 Smoke and Mirror Lions traveling into Chicago to take on the 11-5 Bears. The Bears are giving up 2.5. The predictor likes the Lions at what percent?
I didn't put a percentage. I'm sorry.
Okay, at some percentage, the predictor seems to like the Lions. I don't know why the predictor likes the Lions. I'll start this one off first. Y'all know I'm not picking Smoke and Mirrors. So give me the Bears to win this one going away. Marcus, who you got?
Yeah, I'm also taking the Bears. I can't go. I can't drink the blue Kool-Aid. I gotta go.
No more blue Kool-Aid, huh? Brian, who you got?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm going with the Bears. The Lions have no reason to really play hard for this game. It's the last game, but they can't hurt the Bears. So what's the point?
Right. They just don't want to have to rehab during the offseason. All right, next game up, we got the 11-5 Chargers going into Denver to take on the 13-3 Broncos. We talked about this earlier that Justin Herbert is not going to play in this game. The Broncos are 7.5-point favorites in this one, and the predictor likes the Broncos by 54%. I don't know why it's not more with Justin Herbert out. Maybe that was before.
This was before they announced it.
Okay. I'll flip it right back to you, Brian. Who you got in this one?
Give me the Broncos, man.
Marcus?
I'm also taking the Broncos.
And I'll round it out with the Broncos with you guys because without Justin Herbert, they was probably going to struggle anyway, but now I just don't see it. All righty. Next game up, we got the 9-6-1 Packers going into Minnesota to take on the 8-8 Vikings. The Vikings are 6.5-point favorites in this one. But the predictor likes the Packers 75% of the time. Give me the Vikings. I just don't know what the Packers are doing at this point. I don't trust them. I'm going to go with the Vikings. What the heck? Brian, who you got?
For some dumb reason, I'm going with the Packers. I pray that Love plays in this game. But you're right, Herman. I could definitely see a scenario where the Vikings dominate this game like they did against the Lions last week. But give me the Packers. They're the one team that has something to play for.
And Marcus.
I don't think the Packers have anything to play for. Win or lose, they're 7, right? Win or lose, they're 7 no matter what, right?
Yeah, they're in.
Yeah, they're in.
I don't think they can move up at all, actually.
Yeah, they can't move up or lose their spot. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings win this game, but I'm going to take the Packers. So I guess I'm low with. No, who do you take the Packers to? Right?
The Vikings.
That's right. I'm taking
the Packers. All right. What was we looking at? Oh, I wanted to see the NFC seeds. The Packers, 100%. The Packers are the 7th seed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. All right, last game of the week. We have the I don't want to win the Division Bowl again. We have the 8-8 Ravens going into Pittsburgh to take on the 9-7 Steelers. The Ravens are 3.5-point road favorites in this one, and the predictor likes the Ravens by 57%. Marcus, who do you like?
Like I said, both of these teams are so wishy-washy. I'm going to pick the Ravens and say this might be Aaron Rodgers' last game. I'm picking the Ravens.
I'm with you, Marcus. I'm going with the Ravens. I'm not picking the Steelers at this point in time, but Munchin, if you're watching, you better run the football, dude. Run the football. Even if Lamar is in the game, run the football.
And isn't the Steelers defense terrible this year? Yeah, run that.
They're not.
No, they were good
terrible.
bad, but they don't have TJ Watt right now. So
Yeah, and well, he might be back for this game. You think he probably has to come back for this game?
I don't know.
Because wasn't he like close to? I think he was close to coming back before. But I think they ain't no playoffs if you don't win this one. So if he's anywhere close, you better play him. Brian, who you got? Round it out for us.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go with the Ravens on this one. And Herman, you took the words right out the mouth. You can win this game by just running the damn ball.
Yeah.
You run the damn ball, you will win this game. If you do anything else, it's up for grabs.
That's all you got to do. Run the football. All right. So that rounds us out. I Lone Wolf 2, unfortunately, unless y'all want to change and come with me on the Vikings.
I kind of do.
I kind of do too, but I'm
All right. Y'all sure y'all want to let me get this shine? I'll take it, hopefully. Whew. All right.
Hey, did y'all notice that the NFC? Have you looked at the records? They're barely above 500.
Yeah.
A lot of
the
teams
NFC is
are
wide
above.
open. The NFC is wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time. This is
What
the
could have
year.
been?
Yeah, this is the year. Because if all you had to do was make it in, you had a chance. Everybody's got a chance if you make it in. For real. All right, so those are our games, our last picks of this episode.
2025.
This 2025. We'll give you our final thoughts, and then we'll get up out of here. Brian, you want to go ahead with your final thought?
Of course, today is a special day as a father. My youngest son was born. So I just want to wish Daquan the happy birthdays.
Happy birthday, Day. That's all?
That's it.
Yeah.
No, Happy New Year.
Oh, I love you.
Happy New Year.
No. Damn your New Year.
Wow.
My team ain't going to the playoffs, so damn the New Year.
All right. I want to wish everyone a happy New Year. I want to send a shout out to my son. Tell him big things are coming for you. Congratulations. Proud of you for getting out of your comfort zone and doing new things. So congratulations on that. You're going to do great. Again, happy New Year to everybody. Be safe out there and bring in a new year with your family and loved ones and have a good time. Marcus, take us out.
I just want to wish a happy New Year to everyone, and want to give a shout out since we celebrate young folks tonight. Give a shout out to the fifth Beatles' daughter Yasmin, starting a new life up north. Good luck to you, and
good luck.
The world is yours to take at this point. It's your world, your time. Congratulations. So before we get out of here, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook in our Facebook group, The Layered Game. We're also on X at The Layered Game 3. And we're on Instagram, The Official Layered Game, and on TikTok at The Layered Game 91. You can also catch us on the Average No Sports Network. We broadcast over here at the same time we broadcast over here. So when you're done here, go on over there and check those guys out. And we will see you next year. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace. We out.
Peace. Happy New Year.